Shalom Aleichem everyone. Hope everything is well and great by you guys. Today's topic will be, does we have to get wet when it rains? It's a great question, and the simple answer is yes, unless you go out. But we have to go out. We have to go out and rescue our siblings. We have to go and filth our hands with the waste and filth, the darkness of the outside, for our sisters and brothers that are out there in danger, in great risk. And we must consider the outcome of that effort of ours to go and save souls, but we don't have another choice. We must be strong and remember the purpose of our existence. We have a nature of soldiers. We have that simple nature inside of us of being warriors for the truth. And we must go out and decree war against all power of darkness and evil. And it's our mission. Yesterday I had a very deep and meaningful conversation with a friend / student of mine, a person that is coming from a very different background, and he explained to me in many ways that the true knowledge that the Jewish people are enjoying from is not available for the majority of the believers out there in the world. And even though that myself as a Jewish person, I know that also inside the Jewish communities there is a huge lack of inner connection to the truth, and many people basing their faith or so-called faith on external connections like other people's methods or following people guidings or certain scripts or books, without even understanding the true meaning and the inner connection of all those wonderful advice that they try to keep. And while not having that inner connection, for sure you don't have no or almost no energy channeled through those wonderful things that they are trying to keep. So even though that we know that also inside the core of the true religion that is Judaism, that is to follow the sages and to learn the wisdom that is written in the First Testament, in the Bible, and all the knowledge that we inherit from our sages in the oral Torah, even though that we are so close to the truth, we have that blockage and that curtain of separation. And even worse, outside, between people that were not enjoying from that wisdom, and that Hebrew is not their mother language, mother tongue, and they themselves does not even have an access to that amazing and inspiring source of wisdom, even to be wrong by misinterpreting it. It's just totally blocked from them because of differences of culture and misguidings along the path of their tradition. Now, we have that mission, and for that the Creator chose us. And I'm not talking about Jewish people, I'm talking about the rebels. I'm talking about the real ones that are willing to go and jeopardize everything for the truth to be revealed. We are on a mission to go out, especially when it rains, especially when it's dark, especially when you see that there are people in pain and in sorrow. In that situation, you should not have the ability to hold yourself back, to stop yourself. Why does people enjoy movies of actions and heroes and superstars, the Avengers and Star Wars series and James Bond, whatever, like all the, like you have someone over there that like, why people follow those heroes? Why can't people find that hero inside themselves and understand you love that person so much, you idolize him, you worship him, you believe in him, you want to follow him, you admire his behavior, he's your role model. You like, why won't you be that one? Because you can't jump from one building to the other, so you can walk to the other building. There is someone in that other building in need, and he needs you to knock at his door. He doesn't need you to fly through the window and rescue him. You don't need to go to the worst and most severe radical cases and protect them like Batman or Spider-Man. No, you don't need to fly out of falling elevators. There are thousands on thousands of cases that if you wouldn't be lazy, you would go and help those people. You would find yourself being useful and helpful for those people in need. And you would fix their lives in so many ways, and you would inspire them to wake up and to do great things with their lives if you would just go out of your comfort zone, out of your sofa, out of your American comfort, out of your sleeping beauty, out of the deep dormita, it's called in the Zohar Kadosh. Dormita is sleeping like dead. It's darkness, that people are dead, like drunk. He's asleep and you cannot talk to him. Like people on drugs, smoking, whatever, going to sleep. There's no one to talk to anymore. That's how we spent our lives when not going out to the streets, not going out of our own inner chambers and going and helping others, people out of their own prisons. You're in prison, you're a prisoner because of the fact you're not going to set other people free. And when you will take that upon yourself to go out and water yourself in the rain and allow yourself to filth your shoes with mud and your hands to be sticky with oil and all kinds of grease, because of going to work, because of putting the effort on rescuing the children, the lost children of your Father, of the Creator, your siblings, that we are not being loyal enough to them by letting them stay out in the rain, by letting them stay down in the gutters, in the filthy swamps, in the most horrific places. You know people are being abused. You know people are being molested. You know people are being destroyed. You know people are hungry for bread. You know people don't have money to pay their bills. You know people not able to find houses. You know people can't find a match. You know people can't have children. And you can help somehow. Something you can do. Even if it's to bring one rose to their doorstep. Even if it's to knock on their door in the evening and to say, hey, just wanted to ask how are you doing. Even if it's to send a small message on WhatsApp saying to the person, hey, I was just thinking of you. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing, sister? I'm praying for you. Give 1 minute of prayer to a person. Can you imagine the outcomes that can occur because of your kindness to be revealed? Can you understand how much beauty you can pull down to the world if you will dedicate a certain amount of your day only for kindness, for pure grace, and doing actions of goodness? Set free your true potential of being a precious soul. Sharing a video, copying a link of a nice meme and sending it to another person. Copying the screen and sending it to all your friends, to like whatever you can do. And especially with social media, you have an access to millions of souls of people. On all social media outlets, you can do wonders. On TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on which channels more we have? Snapchat, you can send messages on the WhatsApp, on Telegram, on text messages, like whatever. You can just like dream and do, and go and distribute light and save lives of people you can never imagine. I'm sending messages to people. I'm sending a post. 100 people every day are writing to me. The moment you send that post was the moment I needed it the most. What have I done? I spoke in front of a camera, thank God. I was able to do it. And then we sent the link. And 3,000 people got it in the first wave. And another 7,000 people will receive it in the second wave. Another 20, 30,000 people will enjoy it in the next coming up month or year. And all those people are people that their life has been changed a little bit by that positive video, by that short clip, by that positive message. And you don't need to be Rav Dror, or you need to be someone else, or a genius, or a scholar, or I don't know what, heaven's worshipper. No. You need to be an honest person, because your friends, they need you. Because your family, they need you. Because your community, your surroundings, they need you. If they would need me, they would know me. As of now, they don't know me, they know you. So you are their channel. You are the link for their happiness, in a way. And you need to choose yourself for that role. You need to put yourself in that position to influence and to help and to support and to love and to care and to give and to share and to hug and to knock on people's door. That's how you do it, in simplicity. You don't need to rise to the mountains. You don't need to lose your house for that. You need to do what that is in front of your eyes. If you know that there's a simple person in need, go and help him with $20, with $5. Go knock at his door for 5 minutes if you don't have an hour. Make a phone call and tell him in the beginning, hey brother, I just had 2 minutes to ask you how are you doing, and I don't have more than that. But do and give those 2 minutes to that person. Sending a long message on WhatsApp, a recording message. Hey dear sister, how are you doing? What's going on? I was praying for you. I care about you. I really want to hear good news from you. Tell me what's going on. Do you know how it feels for a person that is alone and suffering and in grief and pain and sorrow and obsessed with problems, to get a phone call in the middle of that dark day, to receive a lovely message from a friend? Do you know that it can save lives? It already saved lives. That small, simple advice already saved lives, and I know that because I'm following that advice. And I'm doing that on a daily basis. I'm sending messages to hundreds of people every day. Hey dear, how are you doing? What's going on? How things are going? And I'm really expressing the fact I care. And I care. And you care too. And if you care, so express your kindness, express your love, your gratitude, your friendship, your loyalty, your humanity. And those actions will bring other people to act the same, and the circles will expand and will grow and get stronger and more stable. And wonders will take place in the world. Amen. Chaim.
What's up?
I don't know. In reality, I just feel like going out in the rain now.
It's a wonderful thing to get wet.
I'm only happy when it rains. Well, I'm singing in the rain. We need to go out, Achi. We need to go out more. Even us that we're doing so much, and we are, and we know that our life is dedicated to that project and to this holy work. We're always sitting and brainstorming what else we can do, what else we should do. I remember on one of the last tours that we made across the country here in the US, so we were on the way somewhere in Florida, but not in the central areas, and we just parked for the weekend on an Airbnb, and we had to buy some groceries for Shabbat. And I went to the supermarket and we're standing online, and a person behind us online, he's standing with 2 huge crabs, and And the kids are looking, like it's like an animal to them, like it's not food, it's an animal, and he's grabbing those crabs. And he's looking at me and he's saying, I never saw Jewish people in this area. So I told him, oh yeah, nice, we're just like traveling, we're like, just friendly chit chat. And then he says, I'm also Jewish. And like, all right, nice to meet you, how are you doing? He said, do you know if there's a synagogue here in this area? I told him, no, like, I'm not from here. He said, I'm going to church every Sunday because there is no synagogue. And I want to talk to God and I want to pray to God. Like, what do you answer a person like that?
Like, you say you're doing a great job. Continue.
With no doubt, that person is seeking for a connection. There is no synagogue in his area, in all his area, like thousands of miles. There is no synagogue. There is no Jewish community, and he wants to meet God. And there is a house of God. In his mind, he needs to go to a temple to pray. He doesn't know about Itbodedut. He doesn't feel like going and talking in the fields. He's never been guided. Maybe if I'll talk to him about it, he will learn. Of course, I gave him a card, and for sure that he enjoyed some of our content, and hopefully he followed and continue following. But like, in reality, that person was just looking for a connection. So he went to the closest temple that he could find, and it was a church. So okay, like Jesus, Christianity, but anyway, they're talking to God, so he enjoys the prayer. We must go to find all those lost souls in all those places and rescue them. We must go, even if we're going to get wet. So we're going to get wet. So what? So some cranky rabbis will hate us for it. So what? They have that black bitterness in their heart, and they're not happy with no one that is doing the correct job and being brave and brazen to say the truth. So I'm only happy when it rains. That's what we need to go. Okay, we need to go break into those dark places and to rescue people. Do we have questions for today?
Yeah, we do. So somebody says they are Jewish but grew up Christian because of their father, and will all of their merit be considered good when they get judged because they worshipped Jesus or whatever it was for 26 years of their lives?
26 is a nice number. It's the numeral value of the name Yud-Ke Vav-Ke, Havaya Baruch Hu. The name of God is 26. Now I'll tell you a couple of things that I said many times in the past. First of all is that it's written in a book that is called Likutei Halachot by Rabbi Natan, that even if a person followed a false Mashiach with the intention of following the true Mashiach, and then when it been revealed to him that that Mashiach was false Mashiach, he gave up on that road and chose the right one. If he did that, so in the book Likutei Halachot it's written that all those years that he was following, all that time that he was following the false Mashiach, will be considered for him as that he was following the true Mashiach, because that his intention been revealed while by changing the path when he came to that realization that that Mashiach was false Mashiach. So he changed his path and started to follow the truth. By that he shown that his intention was pure from the beginning. So all that path, all those 26 years of journey, walking after something in the dark, will become praiseworthy, because the intention of that person been revealed when he changed his mind and followed the truth. One thing. Second is that was my first thought, even though that, so like you say I'm Jewish and whatever, any person on earth with no connection to his religion, to his Caucasian, to his culture, to the root of the family and his background, the reward that he will be rewarded in this life and in the world to come will always depend in the intention of his heart and in the amount of effort that he put into doing the right thing in every situation, with no connection to his gender or his race or his religion or whatever. A person can reach the level of the sages, of the most holiest, righteous ones, even if he is a slave, even if he is not Jewish, even if he is not Israeli, even if he is from a different nation, even if it's a man or if it's a woman. And that is a quote from Elijah the prophet in the book that is called Tana Debi Eliyahu, teachings from the Beit Midrash, from the place of from the learning place of Elijah the prophet, by one of his main students from 2,000 years ago, that his name was Rav Anan, Rabbi Cloud Rav Anan, and he himself wrote speeches of Elijah the prophet that was teaching in that synagogue, in that Beit Midrash, Tana Debi Eliyahu, when they were learning together. And Elijah the prophet said that thing, that no matter who you are, where you came from, if you're a man or a woman, a free person or a slave, a Jewish or not Israeli at all, like a Gentile, the divine spirit and your reward will be based on the goodness of your actions and your dedication for doing good.
It's amazing. It's very good. So it's about intentions and will.
And it's about like being a true person. If the God is God of truth, he will not drop you down because you are Afro-American or Chinese. Like what is it make me better or worse if I'm Jewish or like I was born. Now, is it my fault that I was born? Like, have I done something that my mother's name is Margaret or Fatima or Simcha? Like, why would it be my fault? Why that I'll be punished for not being born
right
to someone else? If
to an
God,
Israeli family, to a Muslim family, to a
when
Christian
God
family.
chose my house for me, like when God brought me down to the world in Iran, in Iraq, in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, in Afghanistan, in Uzbekistan, in Russia, in Ukraine, in Hungary, in Finland, in Iceland, in America, as Muslim, as Christian, as Hindu, as Jewish, like it's
all about being a good person.
It's all about being who you are.
Yeah.
Who you are, find your good and express it. You cannot be Jewish when you born to an Indian family in India. Like, how can you be Jewish now? You want to convert? Okay. Go search the path. That's not the first step of your spiritual development. That's maybe not even the last one. Maybe it's not even needed. I don't see a reason for a person to convert if it's not an inner idea and a vision in his mind that he must convert. If it's not, so you just move on. Last question for today.
Somebody asked that their life journey, so meaning that they can't really find peace in the place that they go to. So there's a person here that says that they moved from New York to Israel and back several times, and they can't find themselves. So what does that mean, and what should they do?
That's first of all, it's a very specific and individual question, and I would recommend to contact me personally through my WhatsApp personal number. So send that message to info@emuna.com, and they will give you my WhatsApp number, and we will be in touch gladly about that. Generally, there are many people that are being forced from heaven to travel, and the truth is that you see that in every part of your journey you do many things, and you must understand that you are part of a bigger plan, And sometimes it's hard because you want to settle down already and you want to sit and relax. But it's written on Yaakov Avinu and Jacob that when he wanted to sit and relax, Hashem sent him to Egypt to suffer, him and his children. So you want to rest, I understand, but the rest will come in the world to come. And here on earth we need to work, and you have many sparks to sift and to clarify and to clean and to gather and to pull up from the darkness. And that's your mission, and that might be your life mission. So don't give up and don't lose hope, and do your job with joy and happiness, and understand that that's your journey. And welcome to our lifestyle. Like
I heard from somebody once told me that that when a person can't find his home, it's because he's connected to the Bet HaMikdash and to the spiritual realm.
Where is
there
Hashem's
is
home?
no home,
Right.
so
There
how
is
can
no.
he connect to something?
Right. Like every home, every house that people have is a fake one. Like in a moment, a storm can come and take the roof above your head, and like the state can come and take your house.
Take
Like
your
your wife can kick you out of the house. Like exactly. Like in every that person that I said that I met yesterday, he told me like I bought the house a few years ago and I thought that that's going to be the house that I'm going to live in for the rest of my life. Like they bought a property and they were so happy, like finally. He said in the first night I started to cry. And he said after 3 years of like terror in the house, he like was crawling on the ground crying to Hashem in the same house. And it was fancy and well designed and like perfect house. And he was crawling from sorrow, and he asked Hashem, he told Hashem, if that's life, so kill me, so take me from it. And if there is something else to life, so show it to me. And then Hashem opened his eyes and connected him to the truth. Baruch Hashem. Thank you, bless you, have a great weekend, lovely life, and please help us and support our holy work and our amazing activity around the world. We are like simply saving and rescuing lives of thousands and thousands of people around the world, financially, spiritually, emotionally, giving them support and an online community to all those people out there. And we're holding hands with thousands of people. So be a member of our organization and join our work while being supportive, generous and kind, and share the videos, like them and send them to all your loved ones. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Amen.